Hello everybody and welcome to Notorious Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm Notorious Cly, and this is episode 4 of our Resonator Red Dragon Archfiend combo compendium. In this series of videos, I will walk you through the many combos for Resonator Red Dragon Archfiend. Today's episode showcases two 2.5 Soul Resonator combos. These combos are incredibly similar. In fact, you may not even notice a difference between the two of them. But they showcase what we can do with Soul Resonator-led combos when our only drawn engine pieces are Soul Resonator and a conditional extender. First up is our Soul Resonator plus Synchron Resonator combo, and any other card to discard, represented by Resonator Call in this here hand. So let's get started with the only way we know how. Normal Summon Soul Resonator. Activate its effect. Go ahead and add Bone Archfiend from deck to hand. Bone Archfiend, using that half card in our hand, sending it to the graveyard in order to special summon itself. Next, we'll use the effect of Bone Archfiend, targeting Soul Resonator. We will send Crimson Resonator from deck to graveyard in order to decrease Soul Resonator's level by 1. Yeah, as you can see by the 2 tokens on Soul Resonator, it is now a level 2, which means we have a level 2 Fiend type tuner and a level 4 non-tuner. You all know what this means. It's time for the one, the only, Red Rising Dragon. And on summon, Red Rising Dragon is going to go ahead and target that Crimson Resonator in our graveyard and attempt to special summon it back. Alright everybody, we have found ourselves in a familiar position. Just to drive this point home, this is where we want to get to with any Resonator Red Dragon Archfiend combo. We want to have Crimson Resonator on our field with any other Dark Dragon Synchro type monster on the field. So we can go ahead and use Crimson Resonator's effect to special summon up to 2 Resonators from hand or deck. We're going to summon them from deck, and our choices are going to be any level 1 Resonator. I chose Synchron Resonator here because I think the only level 1 Resonator you would really want to be playing is Synchron Resonator. There is some merit to playing Chain Resonator, but as I've gotten deeper and deeper into the Red Dragon Archfiend combos and deck building theory, I've found that Chain most of the time just isn't worth it. So I'm going to pull out my second copy of Synchron Resonator. And I'm also going to pull out another usual suspect, Vision Resonator. I bet you know what's coming next. We are going to go ahead and Synchro Summon Scar Red Dragon Archfiend using the Crimson Resonator and the Red Rising Dragon. Next, we will go ahead and special that Synchron Resonator from our hand because there's a Synchro monster on the field. And then we are going to use all 3 tuners whose levels equal 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 4, and our level 8 non-tuner Dragon Synchro type monster for the Synchro Summon of Red Supernova Dragon. And then we're going to have a bunch of effects go off in grave here. And I misorder these chain links. To be honest with you, it doesn't matter what order you put these in. If somebody's going to hand trap you, they are going to hand trap you at the point in which you have Crimson Resonator face up on your field, or before that. But just to be technical, probably the correct order to go ahead and order your chain links is Vision Resonator 1, and depending on what hand traps your opponent may be playing, Synchron Resonator or Scar Red Dragon as 2 and 3. So we're going to go ahead and resolve these chain links in the correct order. So we're going to go ahead and use Scar Red Dragon Archfiend's effect to special summon the Red Dragon Archfiend from our extra deck. Then we're going to add that Vision Resonator back to our hand via the effect of Synchron Resonator. And then we're going to use Vision Resonator's effect to go ahead and grab Crimson Gaia from our deck. Now it's time to cap this combo off by going in 1 of 2 different directions. We are always going to activate Crimson Gaia, use the effect of Crimson Gaia to add a spell or trap that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend from our deck to our hand. You can go for Red Zone, and then we can set Red Zone and pass our turn. And on our opponent's turn, we have Red Supernova Dragon to banish all cards they control. Red Zone, which can pop a card on their field because we control Red Dragon Archfiend or a Synchro monster that mentions it. And then we also get to use the bonus effect of Red Zone. We can target one of our banished Dark Dragon Synchro type monsters and special summon it back to our side of the field. Red Supernova Dragon will need to banish itself as part of its effect. So after we use Red Supernova Dragon's effect and successfully resolve it, we can bring it back to use its effect again because Red Supernova Dragon does not have a hard once per turn clause on it. You can use the effect of Red Supernova Dragon once per turn per copy of Red Supernova Dragon. pretty cool. The second direction we can take this combo is to go ahead and grab Fiendish Golem off of our Crimson Gaia activation. Go ahead and special summon that Vision Resonator from our hand because the level 5 or higher Dark Monster is on the field. And then we can go ahead and use Red Dragon Archfiend and the Vision Resonator to Synchro Summon for Bestial Despotter. Then we can set the Fiendish Golem, and on our opponent's turn, we have Fiendish Golem to go ahead and banish one monster with 2000 more attack. Bestial Despotter, whose effect will be enabled by the Fiendish Golem banishing, or Bestial Despotter can also have its effects enabled by Red Supernova Dragon, banishing all cards our opponent controls. In a vacuum, it's difficult for me to tell you which one of these endboards I prefer more. I think it all depends on context. The first endboard that I showed you, with the double Red Supernova play, is incredibly powerful. Resolving Red Supernova Dragon is possibly game-winning, and resolving it a second time is definitely game-winning. However, that interaction places most of your power, concentrates most of your power into a single card. You are putting all of your eggs in the Red Supernova basket. If your opponent has an answer for Red Supernova Dragon, all you have left is the destruction of a card via Red Zone. The second on board, the one you see in front of you right now, has its power distributed a little more evenly. You still have Red Supernova Dragon to banish all cards your opponent controls, which, as mentioned, is strong enough to win the duel. But it's also backed up by Bestial Despotter, whose effect is guaranteed to be live because we have Fiendish Golem or Red Supernova Dragon. Odds are one of those two is going to resolve and put something in the banish pile for you to turn on Bestial Despotter's effect. This endboard forces your opponent to almost have two answers, one for Red Supernova Dragon and one for Bestial Despotter. However, this board is far more sequential in the way it has to interact with your opponent. The first thing you really want to do is use your Fiendish Golem so you can turn on your Bestial Despotter, and then hopefully use your Bestial Despotter to protect your Red Supernova Dragon and hold that Red Supernova Dragon as long as possible so you can use it when your opponent is most vulnerable. At the end of the day, I think the end board that is correct is going to be the one that best counters your opponent's deck. And in test hands and combo theory, we don't know what that is. That's a very, very long-winded way of saying it's up to you. Use your brains, use your duel skills. I believe in you, you can do it. Now let's go ahead and showcase our next combo, which is going to be incredibly similar to this one. For this combo, we need Soul Resonator, Vision Resonator, and any other card to discard represented by Resonator Call. And since we just went through a combo that is very similar to this one, I'm going to speed this along. We're going to normal Soul, Soul Effect, grab Bone, Bone, pitch a card to special itself, Bone, activate its effect, target Soul Resonator, send Crimson, decrease the level of Soul by 1, synchro for Red Rising effect, target Crimson, special summon Crimson, Crimson effect, and we're going to special summon a level 1 Resonator from deck, and a second level 1 Resonator from deck. If you now notice, we have all of the same pieces in play as the last combo. So next, we're going to go ahead and synchro summon for Scar Red Dragon Archfiend. Then we're going to go ahead and special summon the Vision Resonator. And we're going to go ahead and synchro summon for Red Supernova Dragon. And then we're going to have the same effects go off in grave as last time. We're going to go Vision as Chainlink 1, Scar Red Dragon Archfiend as Chainlink 2, and Synchron as Chainlink 3. I'm choosing to put Synchron as Chainlink 3 in this instance because we've already used the effect of Vision Resonator to special summon itself, so we cannot use it again. So we're going to go ahead and resolve those chain links. We're going to special summon the Red Dragon Archfiend, add back the Vision Resonator, and add the Crimson Gaia. Next, we're going to go ahead and activate Crimson Gaia. And we have two choices here, the Red Zone or the Fiendish Golem. And since we will not be able to summon Vision Resonator to get to Bestial Despotter, I highly suggest going for Red Zone so we can use the double Red Supernova Banish Everything play. Alright everybody, and that's going to do it for episode 4 of our Resonator Red Dragon Archfiend combo compendium. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what combos, what starting hands you want to see next. On my agenda for Resonator Red Dragon Archfiend combo videos, I have how to play into, through, and around hand traps. Spoiler, it's very difficult for this deck to do that, but I'm going to give you my best tips and tricks to do so. I also want to showcase some combos using Red Lotus King, Flame Crime, Hopefully that's not its TCG name. I'll put the card up on screen here. This is a very interesting piece for Resonator Red Dragon Archfiend, and it opens up some secondary combo lines, some secondary plays, or maybe even a different play style. But that's for another video. Again, let me know what you want to see down in the comments, and I will see you on the next one, everybody. Be safe, have fun.